What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some more pickups to talk about. Pickups! This week has been a pretty good week for pickups. I'm actually quite happy with what I've picked up so far. I've added a ton of titles to my Anchor Bay collection. A lot of them have not arrived yet, which is a shame, but you'll see those in next week's pickups video. Aside from that usual stuff, let's get into the pickups. My first pickup in this list will be the 2021 Candyman. There was a lot of confusion whether it's a reboot, a remake, but it is a sequel. It's a sequel in everything it does. It harkens back to the original movie. It takes the Candyman mythos to the next logical step. It kind of goes deeper into the mythos, and I really liked what they did with this movie. There's some amazing choreography in this film, and there's some amazing kills that kind of use things in the scene in a really effective way. The use of reflections in this film is just jaw-droppingly great. I think it's a great sequel to Candyman. I think it looks great. Like I said, the choreography is amazing, and I think everyone should check it out. Next up on the docket is the brand new trilogy of the Ghostbusters, which includes the new one, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now, I'm a fairly I'm a casual fan of Ghostbusters. I enjoy it. I think it's good. I'm not a massive, huge fan, but you know, I like it. It's a good time. Ghostbusters 2, couldn't care for that film at all. I think it's quite a boring sequel. Doesn't really do much. You can't even really say it's more of the same, because it really isn't. It's a very different film to the first one, in my opinion, and I think the story being told isn't much of a compelling one. So I could pretty much go without having Ghostbusters 2 in the collection, but I digress. I thought this was fairly reasonable for what it is in the trilogy set. And of course, we have the brand new film Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I thought was absolutely spectacular. Seeing this on the big screen when it came out was absolutely a joy to behold. I'm looking forward to rewatching this film. I'm hoping this is going to be a good transfer. But yeah, that's Ghostbusters Afterlife, and that is the trilogy Ghostbusters 1, 2 and Afterlife. Next up is a film that I absolutely fucking love in a franchise that is one of my favourite horror franchises of all time. Now, I already had this movie, but my girlfriend Sophie found this really nice Canadian copy that is region free, and I told her to bid on it, and we got it for a fairly decent price, about $5 we got it for. She's kind of angry because she kind of wanted it, but I've paid for it, so I'm kind of having it because that's why I asked for her to bid on it. But yeah, that will be the 2009 Friday the 13th remake. I've spoken ad nauseum about this film and how it's my favourite in the Friday the 13th franchise. I think it's perfect in everything it does. I think if you like any one of the other Jason Voorhees-led Friday the 13th movies, I don't know why this film is hated, because it does exactly what you would expect from a Friday the 13th movie. We get the scariest Jason Voorhees we have ever seen on screen, and I think Derek Mears should play this character again. He should be up there as the top pick, in my opinion. He is absolutely terrifying in this film, and I think it lends to the film's quality. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and it's my favourite of the franchise. Next up is a film I've been talking about. If you know, I'm a big fan of Malignant, James Wan's new film. But if there's a James Wan film that nobody really talks about, and I think everyone needs to talk about and needs to check out, that will be Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon. This film is absolutely fantastic. It's a wonderful, wonderful revenge film that I think everyone should check out. When people talk about James Wan, people mention Saw, people mention Insidious, people mention The Conjuring. No one talks about Death Sentence, and I think it's probably his best movie. I absolutely fucking adore this film. It's absolutely fantastic. If you're into that revenge subgenre of just kind of action movies, this film is one of the best in that field. It is absolutely brilliant. Kevin Bacon is absolutely just a man that has been broken and has come back fierce and angry, and it's absolutely fucking awesome. Everyone needs to check out Death Sentence. It is one of the best revenge films ever made, and it's one of James Wan's, if not his best film. Go and check it out. Next up is a film I haven't seen for a very long time, and I found it on Blu-ray and I wanted to give it a rewatch. It's a film that I've always enjoyed. even though the people say it's kind of a poor man's Matrix, but it's nothing like the Matrix in my opinion, and that would be Equilibrium with Christian Bale. This film is very, very stylish in what it does, but I think it's also got the substance to make it a really compelling and engaging film in what it does narratively. It is basically like the big fear of real life, you know, totalitarianism, authoritarianism, those kind of governments that will control every fabric of our being and basically say,
you're not allowed to have emotions anymore, so fuck you, you gotta take this pill and you gotta be a fucking drone for the rest of your life, because we believe emotion is the reason why world's gone to shit.
But yeah, that's pretty much the premise of this film. It's actually very, very well done. I think this film's fantastic. A lot of comparisons to The Matrix when it came out, and I think they're kind of not very justified. In the costume design, there's very kind of similarities there, but in terms of story and the way the story is told, it's nothing like The Matrix. I think it's a great film that stands alongside The Matrix in style, but in substance, they are very two different movies. But yeah, Equilibrium is great, and I recommend it to everyone if you've not seen it. Next up is a 90s action classic, Starship Troopers, guys. Man, I remember watching this for the first time, absolutely adoring it. I think it's one of those really great kind of like, you know, social commentary, action, very violent kind of monster movies that you just can't help but just love. It's just got so much charm to it, so many just great moments. You know, you've got the brain bug of all things. Remember that night, you know, a nightmarish creature, and what it does to people is even more nightmarish. This film is great. I absolutely adore it.
Come on, you apes. You want to live forever?
Picked up a video game recently, a little video game. Been after this game for a while. It got very high ratings with people like IGN and GameSpot and places like that. It's surprising because it's actually quite a fun game now I've played it. Hot Wheels Unleashed. Got a massive 9 out of 10 by IGN, which is quite surprising for a Hot Wheels game. But when I keep watching footage of this game and seeing what it was about, it just looks like a great party game that I think everyone probably could have a good time with. I'm having a fun time with it. It's one of those, you know, I'll jump on for 5 minutes, have a little race here and there, unlock some cool shit and carry on. It's actually a really, really fun game, so I recommend this one if you can find it cheap. And now we get into the smorgasbord of Anchor Bay titles that I've recently picked up.
Anchor Bay, baby.
This is probably maybe only about half of what I picked up. I got more coming, which is crazy. This is probably the biggest surprise find for me. Poundland, of all places, had an Anchor Bay title. I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe my luck. And of course, I bought it immediately, as you do, and that is With Nal and I. Never seen this film. I've heard it's pretty good. Don't really know much about it, but it is Anchor Bay. I saw the little sailboat. I knew I had to pick it up for £1. Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? If you're collecting Anchor Bay for £1, you're going to buy it. Next up, CEX. I got this. I think it was £2, and that is The Long Good Friday. Know nothing about this film. I know it's got Bob Hoskins in it, and I believe it's some kind of gangster movie. Going by the back images, I'm guessing it is. I'm guessing it's pretty good. I've heard it's pretty decent, so looking forward to checking this one out. I'm hoping it's going to be a good one. But yeah, The Long Good Friday. Once again, I saw that little sailboat there, and I had to pick it up for my collection. The next Anchor Bay title is a title recommended by Keith of Euphoria Pictures. Me and a bunch of other YouTubers were in this video chat on Zoom, just having a good old little kind of chat, and I was talking about Anchor Bay, talking about building a really, really kind of sizable collection for Anchor Bay, and he recommended this film, saying it's actually a great time, and that is a film called Undead. It's not to be taken seriously. It's a very tongue-in-cheek, hyper-violent zombie film that is kind of batshit insane. That sounds right up my street right now. I think it's one of those films that I could do with. Sounds a lot of fun. It's got an absolutely fantastic slipcover. The logo's all embossed. These you can see there, pretty catch the light there. You see all the screenshots are embossed as well. Really nice slipcover. You got the cover. You got an alternate cover as well. Such a cool release by Anchor Bay. But yeah, that is Undead. Next up is a film franchise that I've not seen, and the first one probably has the most famous head explosion in any horror film, and that would be Scanners. Finally got this. I found it for a decent price. It was going for some crazy money on eBay, but I found it for less than £10, which I was pretty happy to buy. It has Scanners 1, 2 and 3. I've not seen these films, but of course I've seen the famous head explosion, which If you're a fan of horror, you've probably even seen these, to be fair, but I've not seen this franchise yet. Really looking forward to checking these out. I know not much about these films, just about these people that can make people's heads explode. This box set's really nice from Anchor Bay, and once again, the sailboat, guys. It's all about the sailboat. And the final pickup in this video is a collection of films I've never heard of, and it's Anchor Bay, and it looks beautiful, and I had to pick it up, and that is a collection called The Blind Dead Collection. Again, Anchor Bay, but if you turn it this way, it just looks beautiful with how the titles are lined up there. I'll go through these: Tombs of the Blind Dead, Return of the Evil Dead, The Ghost Galleon, Night of the Seagulls, and a bonus disc about the director of those films. So yeah, it was a very, very nice set. I really do like how they are so colourful with the spines. I think they look fantastic. And obviously you get the box set as well with some amazing artwork on the front there. I think it looks absolutely stupendous. And obviously the spine you got there as well. Really glad, really happy about all these releases. And yeah, and my Anchor Bay collection is getting ridiculous. I do plan to bring out a collection video at some point, but every time I plan to do so, I add more to the Anchor Bay collection. I have one more thing to show in this video, and it isn't a movie, but it is movie related, and it's a addition to my collection of a specific movie. I'd like all of you to meet the newest member to my Krite family, and that is Simon the Krite. Picked this up recently. Really happy with this dude. The hair just is really soft. Yeah, I love critters, as you guys know, and I've added another critter to my collection. I've called him Simon. Steve is over there. You know, everyone knows Steve on this channel, Steve the Krite. Simon, everyone meets Simon here. Yep, I absolutely love this. I think he looks absolutely fantastic. That is the last pickup I wanted to show people. If you're into critters, go on eBay. You can get these quite reasonably and quite decent prices. So yeah, that is the pickups for today, guys. Let me know if you want to pick up any of these titles down below and what you think of any of them, because I've not seen a lot of these. But yeah, I've got some really good classics in here that I absolutely love. Trying to reshuffle my collection, only having films that I will rewatch over and over and absolutely love. But you know, we always get suckered into that, you know, oddity title that we've not seen before. But as always, guys, I have been Jason, and I am gonna go and watch some Anchor Bay titles with Simon. Yeah, Simon. Yeah, he wants to go and watch Starship Troopers. All right, we're gonna go and watch some Starship Troopers with Simon. See you later.